Deep in the English countryside, modern families have taken up the challenge of becoming Victorian farmers. For 1 week, they're stepping back in time to learn the traditional skills of our farming ancestors.
Look at that!
Go! They're competing against each other in daily and weekly challenges in the farmyard, in the fields,
Hurry up, Claude! Hurry up!
and in the cottages.
It stinks.
This is a farm operated by horses.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Coal fires, hit it, and plenty of hard graft. We'll find out if the families have what it takes to succeed as they escape in time.
That's it.
It's the second day on the farm for our two families, and there are 3 new Victorian challenges to be learnt,
Lovely.
competed in, and judged.
It's lovely.
The Doidge family from Brentwood have something to prove after losing to the Mills family yesterday. With Olivia and Chloe having a bit of trouble mucking out the pig.
Where's your pig?
The Mills family had more success, with David making 5 usable bricks and Christian only making 4. But it doesn't sound like the Doidges are going to take defeat lying down.
I know that we were the losing team at the end of the day, but tomorrow's another day, and absolutely confident that we're going to come out in front.
Time to get them started with their busy day. Good morning, all. How are you all? Did you all have a good night's sleep?
Yep.
No pig nightmares for the girls? So, Joe and Catherine, obviously you baked bread yesterday.
Yes.
Well, I can reveal that your first task is going to involve making things once again. You may be wondering what this basket of damsons is all about. Well, it will involve these, but first of all, we do need more than we have already. So I would like to suggest that all the daughters will help us gather enough damsons. So if I take all of you guys with me first, we will then help you with your challenge. OK, if you want to come with me, we'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye. Good.
In today's first challenge, our mums will be making damson butter with the help of expert Jules Woodman. But before they can get started, the girls are going to pick the fruit for them. So would this have been something that the families would have helped out with?
Families would definitely have helped out with. In fact, children often did it on their way home from school. So every single journey was put to good use in Victorian times. You were working all the time, I'm afraid, ladies.
OK, so we've got a couple of baskets.
Yeah.
Hey, brilliant. Improvisation. We like that, girls. Very good. So should we just send them all off to,
Yeah,
do you want to
sure.
point them in the right
do you
direction?
want to take one basket? Now, if you go along the path and over to your right, you should see 2 trees laden with damsons.
Sorry. Oh, look, there's really, really good ones up there.
Upper-class Victorians might have had their own orchards of apples or damsons, like they have here on the Acton Scott estate in Shropshire.
It's all fallen into my eyes.
But for the middle and lower classes, it would have been a case of foraging for your fruit in the hedgerows in early autumn. I hear the sound of damsons. Wow, look at that. Brilliant.
Oh, wow, you've got loads,
Oh, you
girls.
really do
Well
have
done.
lots.
The tree's empty now, we've taken.
And you've got lots of your own as well. Shall I just do a quick quality control test? And
Probably be
They
quite
haven't
bitter.
been washed. Yeah, they've been all over the floor, but it's fine.
oh, thank you for telling me that. I think that's pretty good. Should we get them up to the mums?
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, guys. Let's go. Mornings.
I think they'll be pleased with this.
I think they will. While the girls and I deliver the damsons to the cottage, over in the yard, the men are about to find out what we have in store for them in today's challenge. They're meeting Simon Truman, the wagoner here at the farm. He's going to show them how to drive the horse and cart for their challenge later today.
Most of the horses I'm familiar with are under a bonnet, so I'm sure better controlling one of these. Yeah.
On a Victorian farm, horses were extremely important. Not only would they be used for ploughing the fields and day-to-day transport, but your horse was all you had to help you move anything heavy or awkward around the farm.
You ready, Clumper?
This meant that being able to get your horse and cart just where you wanted was the key to making life on the farm that little bit easier. Not trusting our dads in the enclosed barnyard, where there are lots of things they could hit, Simon has set up a course for them out in the field. Each part of the course represents obstacles that Simon and Clumper have to negotiate daily. Simon is going to judge the dads on how they get round it. He'll be looking for good control of Clumper and not hitting anything. Before they're given the reins, Simon's going to take them round the course.
Stand.
So as you tell them to stop, say stand.
Stand. The commands for left and right, although the reins on this kind of thing are much quicker and easier, really. But if you use them, same as sheepdogs, come by is left, away is right. And to do a very tight circle, it's come by back.
Other important words to know when communicating with Clumper are walk on, to get him moving, and whoa, to get him to stop.
All right, lad, walk on. Steady.
The course has 4 parts. First, the hay wain. The idea is to get as close as possible. This saves valuable time and effort for the farmer as he transfers his hay to the cart.
Oi, no eating.
Next, a right-angled turn through 2 gateways.
It is quite tight. We'll give it a shot, see how we get on. So I'm going quite far over.
Once clear, it's straight down the lane. And the final part of the challenge.
And up to our little barn, or representation of a barn. We're going to turn round. Inside the barn. Just do a very tight circle. Walk on. So, by back, by back, by back.
If you don't reverse your cart into the barn, then you can't get your horse out. So it's an important lesson, but that doesn't make it easy.
Whoa there. Back up. Back. Back. And whoa there. Good lad.
A perfect reverse park from Simon. We'll be back later to test the dad's horsemanship. In the cottage, the mums are getting ready to start their challenge. So your challenge today is basically going to be to make some damson butter, but it's not butter as we know it.
No, it's not. It's almost a smooth jam, to be honest, Ben. And here's one, look, that you can see. It's set, but it's not solid. It's actually spreadable, and that's what we're going to be making today.
And what's the difference between this and a normal jam, then?
It has no flesh parts in it, and certainly no skin.
And no seeds?
No seeds at all.
In the early autumn, our hedgerows and orchards are full of fruit. And for the Victorians, making it last into the cold winter months was very important. Making preserves and jams meant that they could be stored without refrigeration. Not something Joe and Catherine have to think about in an age of fridge freezers and 24-hour supermarkets.
OK, I think what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to set the ladies to measure their damsons so that they can get their damsons simmering while I demonstrate.
OK, so who wants to measure first? Do you want to go, Joe? Joe and Catherine have to measure the damsons and put them on the stove to soften. This takes a while, so they need to get started straight away. The water level in the pan just covers the damsons. Jules has some that have already been simmering on the range so that she can show us the next part of the process.
So we're going to sieve the damsons now to make sure we get all of the pips and the pith out. So if I just pour it into the sieve, you can see that I've lined the sieve with muslin so that we literally only get the pulp and the juice going through. So what you need to do now is to really push the pulp through. And this takes a little while.
And presumably this is to make it nice and smooth. This is all the texture.
This is absolutely the texture. And damson butter was one of the very first things that was judged at village shows. Jam came a little bit later because to the Victorians, making jam was an everyday occurrence. Every household made jam. But damson butter was the benchmark because the finer the texture of the damson jam, the better the cook.
I wonder why they called it butter.
Just because they thought it had the same texture as butter. It was spreadable like butter.
Once the softened damsons have been pushed through the muslin, they need to be weighed on old-fashioned scales, so our mums can work out how much sugar to add. The sugar to damson ratio is crucial, and they'll have to do all the maths themselves. Not quite as simple as popping to the shop.
Every pound of this that you have, you need to add 12 ounces of sugar.
OK.
12 ounces, yeah? And then that goes back onto the range, and that has to rapidly boil then with you stirring it until you've got to the butter consistency.
Okay.
A bit like custard when custard
Absolutely
suddenly
like
turns.
custard. That's a really good way of looking at it, actually. So when it starts to look like custard, that's when you turn it into your mould, and that's when you're done.
Okay.
Okay?
OK, so is everyone happy with what you're doing?
Yes.
Confident?
I don't know about the maths side.
Don't worry about it. So, with the demonstration over, it's time for our mums to have a go.
Well, the colour is amazing.
It's beautiful.
First, they have to sieve those damsons, making sure that no pips or skin get into the final mix. I'm going to give you some space and pop back in a bit. Good luck.
Thank you.
While the mums get started on what they hope will be prize-winning damson butter, it's high noon for our dads as they take charge of Clumper. David has won the toss and opted to go first, but controlling nearly a ton of Shire horse is a far cry from his day job.
We run a catering business and do a lot of consultancy work, so it's advising other people, so it's writing reports. So this will be a complete change, and it'll be good to get back to doing some physical activity rather than sitting on my backside and crunching numbers.
Well, at least he still gets to sit down.
Just ask him to move.
Walk on.
And we're off.
Woo. Woo.
Okay, cleared that one.
The first obstacle is the hay wain.
Nice lining up.
Ooh. Okay, walk on. Walk on.
Excellent.
He's got pretty close.
Woo, woo, woo.
But here comes the first tricky bit. The two gateways at right angles.
Walk on. Walk on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Walk on. Walk on.
Come on, knock it over, knock it over, knock it over.
Whoa. Walk on.
Looking good.
He made it. Considering his day normally consists of writing reports, he's doing pretty well. But how will he get on reversing into the barn?
Right, there he goes.
Come by. Come by. Come by. Come by. Come by. Whoa. Well done, Clumper.
Left yourself a bit of backing up to do.
Back, Clumper. Back. Whoa. Stop.
He's knocked it over. He's knocked it over. That's wonderful.
David has hit the fence, the back wall of Simon's mocked-up barn. If he was doing this for real, he'd have caused serious damage. It's time for property developer Christian's turn. He doesn't normally spend his days out in the fields either.
My job, I guess, involves going to meet a lot of people, interfacing with a lot of people, and in different circumstances, different situations, and learning how to adapt your approach to these type of people, different types of people.
Well, Clumper is certainly a different type of person. Let's see if he can interface with him.
Go on.
Walk on.
Walk on. Walk on.
That's it. Well clear through the first gate.
He's got Clumper nice and close to the hay wain. Top mark so far.
Stop. Put my hay in here now. There are lots of it.
Pretty good, yeah, that was
Here
nice
you go.
and close.
Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Walk on. Go. Walk on. Walk on.
This is the tight one.
Walk on. Whoa.
But he's gone a little too far through the first gate and not left himself much room to turn.
Oh, he's got it. Oh,
Come by.
how's he made that?
He's done it. But Clumper's starting to look a bit frisky. Can Christian get him back on the straight and narrow?
Easy. Walk on. A lot faster. Walk on. Oh, sorry. Oh.
This part of the course is supposed to be a straight line.
We don't hang about with this one. Whoa. Stop. Whoa. Stop. Now.
David made errors on this part of the course. So if Christian can do it without making any mistakes, he could still win the challenge. All he needs to do is to be clear with his commands.
Slowly. Come by.
Remember, it's whoa to stop and back to reverse.
Easy. Come by. Stop.
Stop? That's not the command.
Stop, boy.
No wonder it's not working.
Stop. Whoa, now, reverse, right,
Oh dear, I'm not sure Christian's quite the communicator he made himself out to be.
Back.
Finally!
Oh, look, where are you going? Stop.
Oh no, spoke too soon.
He's not going back.
Back up. No, look, it's easy. Look, back up.
Yes, Clumper, it's easy.
He's really messing that up.
Stop for a minute and calm down. Stop.
Did he just tell Clumper to calm down?
Oh, go on, straight ahead for a minute. Straight ahead, go on. Stop. Whoa, stop. Back up.
No, I think he's got it.
Stop. Good boy.
So, despite his unusual commands, the fence is still standing. But has Christian done enough?
I think he's got that one.
It's down to Simon to decide.
Congratulations, Christian. That should be done then.
Thanks very much. That says we do it on our farm anyways.
That's excellent. Well done.
Pretty good job done by both of you, I think, there. David, your control in the barn area, even though you not managed to knock over a couple of hurdles, that was a good piece of work. Christian, you managed to miss the sticky up bits.
Yes.
More by luck than by judgment, I think. But you were actually closer to the dray. I'd have to call it a draw between the two of you for the moment.
Oh, controversial.
We shall set up the tiebreaker.
Excellent.
Right.
While Simon sets up a new course for the dad's tie break later in the day, it's time to see how those damsons are getting on. Yesterday, Catherine beat Joe at the bread making challenge.
I think that this one is Catherine's win.
Whoa, well done! Despite Joe's attempts at sabotage.
5 pinches of salt, okay.
No, it wasn't. Oh, she
Sabotage
already.
But which of our competitive mums will win today's challenge? Having sieved the damsons to remove the skins, pips and stalks, they're left with a smooth pulp. All they need to do now is weigh it and work out how much sugar they need. They must do this using old-fashioned scales and imperial measurements.
That's a pound, and that's 12 ounces, so they should be the same. Am I right? But they're not. 12 ounces to a pound?
I don't know whether I can help you on that one.
See, Joe said it was, but now I don't know.
My lips are sealed.
I think it's only fair enough that I tell you no. 16 ounces is a pound.
Joe, that's awful. You cheat.
They know the bowl weighs 1 pound, so Catherine must take that off the overall weight. Then she needs to calculate how much sugar is needed.
Is this like being back at school, Catherine?
It is actually, yes. Maths was never my particular strong
No, I know.
point.
It's very hard to concentrate, isn't it? We'll be very quiet so that you can work your calculation out.
And £2, 3 nuts, so obviously it's pound and 3.5 ounces.
Okay.
So, and it was 12 ounces of sugar to a pound of, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Catherine thinks she knows how much sugar to use.
I always go for a bit more sugar because I
Okay.
don't like things if they're too sort of taut. So, so yeah, I've probably slightly gone over, but that's how I'd do it if it was for me. So.
Right.
Will
It's
Joe
just a
find
taste
it
that
any
we're looking
easier?
Oh, have you decided to go for it, Joe?
I'll see how it goes.
Joe doesn't seem exactly confident about her maths either. Once on the range, the damsons are stirred until the sugar is melted. The mixture is then boiled till it thickens to the right consistency.
And one way I do of testing that is if I lift the spoon out, shall I just, yeah, Catherine, that's great. Lift the spoon out and then let it dribble off the side of the spoon. And you can see it's actually quite a clear stream of liquid at the moment. So when it gets to the point where it's actually dripping off in beads rather than a continuous stream, I think that's probably about right. That's when I take it off.
How's yours looking, Joe? What's the consistency
It's
like?
still a little bit runny.
Yeah, mine's very runny still. Really.
Look at that.
And the difference
colour.
in the
Look at that
colours is
colour.
amazing, isn't it?
It is. I wonder what that means.
With the competition heating up in the kitchen, it's time for the horse and cart tie break. Simon has set up a slalom course with a series of tight turns, which David and Christian will have to get Clumper to negotiate. Each haymarker represents a wooden gatepost, and the man who hits the most will lose today's challenge.
Walk on.
Christian won the toss, and he's nominated David to go first.
You might want to be going that way.
How will he do with this tricky course?
Whoa! Come by, come by.
Here you are. It's a close one, but it stayed up.
How close is that? Come by, come by. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought he was meant to go through there.
Back,
and then
back,
come that
back,
way through
back,
there.
back. Woo! Oh, stop, 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 stop!
Oh dear.
There's one old lady.
He's just reversed right over the post.
Ready?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, there's 2 in one go.
No, that's
Come
3
by.
for starters.
Walk on. Well done, Papa.
Well,
Let's chase
Well
that
done.
man there.
well done.
Not bad at all. It's a tough obstacle, that's for sure.
So David hit 3 of the hay markers. He reversed right over 1, and he hit 2 in one go on one of the tight slalom bends. He would have done serious damage to the cart if those markers had been posts. Can Christian learn from David's mistakes? Having lost to David in the brickmaking task yesterday, he feels he has some catching up to do.
To be quite frank, I was destroyed having been beaten yesterday. I was actually convinced I was going to win that challenge yesterday, but still, hats off, David won fair and square.
Now this challenge has gone to a tiebreaker, it couldn't be closer.
Walk on. Slow, walk on.
Well, they're much narrower than that.
Come by, come by, come by.
It looks like he's doing well.
No faults so far. Come by, come by. Whoa, whoa. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop, stop.
But he's in a bit of trouble now.
Go on, go on, go on, go on. Go on, go on.
He's hit that marker.
Walk on, walk on, walk on, go on. Whoa. Easy, easy. That's all right. You calm down.
Christian has finished the course, and he only hit the 1 marker.
Well, that's your first challenge of the day completed, guys. And I think with just the one pole knocked down, you're obviously the,
thank you very
the winner
much,
for
sir.
today. Thank you very much.
yeah.
That was a good job done. David, your horsemanship was excellent.
Thank you very much. Thoroughly
So
enjoyed
well
that.
done,
Thank
both
you.
of
Thank
you.
you for teaching us.
It was a tough job.
Do I get the job?
Yes, I'm off now. That's it.
With the first challenge over, David and the Mills family have lost the first task.
I think my instructions were a bit lacking. I was stop-start. It wasn't quite clear enough for him, and I wasn't square on when I started trying to go backwards, so I think that completely messed it up. He's very responsive, though. I mean, he does do, what you say, so it's all down to you, really. A lot harder than it looks.
How's Christian feeling about putting the Deutsch family into the lead?
Absolutely delighted with that victory. I mean, having to go to a playoff, I thought that I should perhaps have had it in the first round, but fair's fair. I thought that it'd give me more of an opportunity to then put my best foot forward again and just make sure of it this time, which I think I did. David did very well, but clearly he's not the man for the horse as I am, perhaps.
Coming up, the girls have a go at a very Victorian pursuit in their challenge for the day.
Let go of the string.
Really good, brilliant. And their parents are in for a bit of a nasty surprise.
We're not going to shear sheep, though. We're going to clean their dirty bottoms.
Oh, no.
Lovely.
Oh, good.
But before that, it's time to see how the mums are getting on making damson butter. After an hour on the stove, is the damson butter nearly ready? The mixture should be thickening up, so that it no longer runs straight off the spoon, but forms droplets instead. Jo thinks hers looks about ready.
OK, you all right doing that? Yeah.
To disinfect the containers, the Victorians would have cleaned them with boiling water and then placed them in the bottom of the oven to dry.
Looks lovely. How are you doing, Catherine?
Well, what do you think, Jules? I would say it's about
I'm going to get out of your way so you
about
can
to
pour
go,
it into your
actually.
bowl.
I think it's ready.
That's brilliant.
The damson butter has to be left to cool and set. We'll have to wait until the end of the day to find out which one Jules thinks is the best.
Well done, best of luck.
Thank you.
What does full-time mum Jo make of being a Victorian housewife?
Earlier, when we were pressing the skins of the damson and the stones, my arms were aching. As in yesterday, kneading the bread, my arms were aching. You know, there's a lot of physical work, and I didn't think it would be as physical. They must have been very fit people.
And it's not just physically taxing.
The actual mathematical working out possibly went a little bit haywire with me, being put on the spot like that. So I think mine possibly might come out not quite as good.
Only time will tell. With 2 challenges complete, the families are getting into rural life, following the footsteps of their farming ancestors. While life on a Victorian farm was tough, for the upper classes at least, there was time for leisure. Croquet and tennis were both popular pastimes, and archery was a firm favourite with the middle and upper classes. It was surprisingly popular with girls too. Archery wasn't a male-dominated sport. In fact, it was considered genteel enough for ladies. And not just any old lady, but our very own Queen Victoria. Back in 1887, the Pall Mall Gazette reported that archery was the Queen's favourite pastime, and that no prettier sight could be seen than a young Victoria dressed in youthful green, shooting arrows at butts in Windsor. Queen Victoria was so popular that archery became one of the nation's most popular pastimes. Estates like Acton Scott often had archery fields to entertain their guests, and that's exactly where the girls and I are headed. The daughters are going to compete against each other in their family pairs to see which family is best at this elegant sport. Bowyer, Richard Head, is going to be showing them how to compete safely and scoring today's competition. How do you feel about it?
I'm really bad at archery.
You're excited, are you? I think this is going to be pretty cool. You're not so sure. Richard, how are you? I bring you some eager archers.
Excellent.
First up, I found this longbow in the attic. Do you reckon it's up to using?
Let's have a look. The string is slightly frayed at the end. I think, the mice have been at this one.
Okay.
So although it's a nice bow, it was in its day, it's time to retire it.
Okay. Well, I can see behind you, you've got a nice selection.
Plenty here of bows that I made a little while ago.
Did you make them?
Yes, it's my living. I'm a bowyer. I make longbows.
Is that what it's called, a bowyer?
A bowyer is someone who makes longbows. A fletcher, and my wife is a fletcher, is the person who makes the arrows to go with the bow, and the arrows are very important. Without those, you wouldn't be an archer.
The first thing an archer needs is all the right equipment. And for safety, they wore leather braces.
So if you can put that on...
Shall I go hand with that one?
Do that.
These weren't to protect you from the arrow, but from the string of the bow, as it springs back after the arrow's fired.
I feel like Robin Hood.
Right, we've got 2 bows, fairly small bows. These are obviously shorter longbows, and a longbow is called a longbow because it's shot long way, as opposed to a crossbow, which is crossways. So when you're facing the target, stand feet apart, comfortably apart, 3 fingers on the string, hold the arrow pointing towards the target, and then draw the bow back. And then when you're all ready and you think you're going to hit the target, just let go of the string with your fingers, and the arrow will speed off and hit the gold.
I want to see how accurate you are.
I'm not going to shoot these young ladies.
You have to give a demonstration.
No, not
He
at
has
all.
to give a demonstration, surely. Here we go.
Oh dear.
The pressure's on. I bet you're good.
Oh, brilliant. Before they start today's challenge, it's only fair for them to have a practice. First up, it's Jemima Mills.
Pretty good, brilliant.
It's a great start for Jemima. Are you pleased with that? Will Chloe be able to compete?
When you're ready, just let go.
Oh, not far, but I think that was pretty close. So a miss for Chloe. Let's give her another chance.
Yes!
She's hit the bullseye, known as the gold.
Yeah, that was good, Chloe. Just do them all like that next time.
Can Tilly compete with that for the Mills girls? Wow. Oh, blimey, that practically went through the target. I think that's just in the black.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so. And finally, it's Olivia's turn. And just under a bit.
Oh my God.
While the girls practice in preparation for their challenge later today, it's time for the weekly challenge. Over the course of the week, both families are learning a series of skills that will all be put together in one big challenge on Friday. This week, our families will be competing to become the best sheep farming family. Here in Shropshire, sheep were one of the main sources of revenue for a Victorian farm. The local breed had high-quality meat and wool. For a farm to succeed, much depended on the farmer's shepherding skills. He'd look after the flock's health and oversee the breeding to create the best meat and wool that he could.
Touch them on.
Throughout the week, our families are learning a series of skills. They've already learned how to herd the sheep.
Slowly, if they get excited, slowly touch them on.
Later in the week, they'll be learning how to select their prize ewes for breeding.
That's it.
And how to spin their valuable wool.
Now I've messed it up already because...
All of these tasks will be tested on Friday, when the best sheep farming family will be the overall weekly winners. Today, Merle Wilson, who looks after the animals on the farm, has a surprise in store.
Well, I think we all know what's going to happen here then.
It's a good job you tied your hair up. Because we could have been shearing you. Oh, we're not going to shear sheep, though. We're going to clean their dirty bottoms.
Oh, no. Lovely.
Oh, good.
That's right. Today, our families are going to learn how to shear sheep's bottoms. This was and still is an important part of looking after your sheep. It would be done before shearing to keep the rest of the wool clean, and before the ewes were sent to the ram for breeding. But while these days electric shears are used, in the late Victorian era, they'd have used a hand-cranked one.
Get one out.
Yep. Also, the challenge is getting your sheep out. And they'll all have dirty bums.
And this is how we do it. So we've got to grab by the head.
You've got to watch all this.
Right. So this is your job, Catherine.
So you bring her back and you slip the string over her head, and her natural instinct is to push against it, which holds her in a reasonable position.
How dirty is her bottom? Well, she's not too bad.
I've left the worst ones.
Yeah. There's some worse than that. There's some with bits dangling, you know.
Lovely.
These dangly bits are called dags. It's a word that in Australia has come to be used as a term of abuse.
There's a lovely country expression. If you want somebody to hurry up, you say, "Come on, rattle your dags." You know, you can understand where that comes from.
Yeah.
But joking aside, our families need to concentrate. On Friday, they'll be competing against each other to safely shear one sheep's bottom, and Merle doesn't want any mistakes.
This is called a shearing head. That bit there's a comb, and that's a cutter. So that's sharp. So that would cut your finger off.
Right.
And also, you mustn't cut the sheep.
The shearing head is powered by turning the wheel, making this a two-man job. Before the invention of machines like this, shearing was done by hand and was very time-consuming. Using the machine is quicker, but it's a delicate task, and they have to know just the right amount of pressure to apply. Having seen Merle's demonstration, how are they feeling about having a go themselves?
Actually, this is much more tricky than making bread.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering if it actually hurts the sheep, because I'd be terrible if I kind of started off doing anything and I thought that I was hurting it. I'd just be totally useless.
Well, if you didn't clean their bottoms, in the spring especially, when the summer comes with the blowflies, it would lay eggs on the muck, and then those would turn into maggots, and they would then eat away at the sheep. And it's cruel to be kind, really.
You've got to have a go now.
Yeah.
So you'll both have an idea of what it's like to turn it and to do that, and then you can plan your strategy for Friday. Then I suggest you both have a go at turning this, and you both have a brief go at doing that.
Joe and David go first for the Mills family.
And generally, you're better off to stay on one side rather than try to straddle them.
What if they start, relieving themselves while you're actually trying to do it?
Well, just get your hand all covered in it.
Right, OK.
Merle will supervise Joe as she shears the sheep, and David's trying out the wheel. Despite her reservations, Joe seems to be doing rather well. This machine has a similar mechanism to a penny farthing bicycle. Due to the circumference of the wheel, it's a full body workout.
I'm starting to get tired now, Joe, so if you could get a lick on.
Change over, so you both get a chance.
Yeah, Joe, would he like a go?
Sorry? Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sorry for you.
No, it's a delight.
Yeah,
That's good.
well, I was enjoying it.
You're going to have a go on this now, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
What, do you think it's going to be easier on here or on there?
Well, that's exhausting, so I'm hoping this is going to be easier.
All right.
Right.
You've got to keep the points down.
Okay.
Just one hand and one hand on the sheet.
Okay.
You've got to control tones in. It's useless. Try and have a go down.
I'm not very good at cutting, I think.
I think you're better on that.
I'm better on that, aren't I?
Yeah, you're useless.
Useless? It's a bit extreme. So, Miles not very impressed with David's shearing skills. How will Catherine and Christian get on? It looks like Christian's got the hang of it. And Catherine's doing well turning the wheel.
Just go down.
Okay. Oh, you finished.
He's done a good job there.
Yeah, up over there. You can both get a feel of...
Right,
She's
come over. Time for Catherine to have a go.
No, I'll help you. Not too fast. No! I cut the poor thing's bottom. You don't need to go that fast.
Oh, right, OK.
Just a nice, gentle... That's it. Yeah, that'll do. You did all right. That's a nice, tidy sheep, that.
Let's go and wash our hands.
How does Merle think our potential sheep farmers have got on?
Jo and David, Jo was very good. I thought she's, look, the farmer's wife. Brilliant. David, he was a bit scared too, but I think he'll be all right.
Well, that was interesting.
That's going to be a laugh on Friday, isn't it? Christian and Catherine. She's got a bit of a disadvantage being left-handed, but I thought she turned the handle very well. He was a bit fast to start with. He was a bit of a show-off, so I think we'll sort him out on Friday.
On the archery field, the girls have had their chance to practice. Now it's time for the competition. OK, the challenge, well, it's not too dissimilar to what you've just been doing, but we're going to divide you, obviously, into the families. Olivia and Chloe from the Deutsch family will be competing against Tilly and Jemima from the Mills family. Each girl will get the chance to shoot a total of 12 arrows at the target, and the team who scores the most points will win today's challenge. Richard is the only one keeping score, so the girls won't know who's won until the end of the day. Nervous?
Uh-huh.
Are you? Confident?
No.
Who do you think is going to score more?
Chloe.
Do you?
Yes.
OK. Well, let's see. Let's get ourselves all ready. The Mills girls won the toss and opted to go second, which means that Olivia is up first. Oh, so close.
Really close. Oh, I'm scared I'm not going to get it in with any.
It's a bit harder than it looks, isn't it?
Yeah, oh. It is hard. It looks really easy when you do the demonstration.
And Richard, would this have been something always done just for pleasure, for entertainment, or would there have been a purpose to it? Would they have gone hunting?
Entertainment. There's no hunting in this country. You'll have the Sheriff of Nottingham after you if you hunt the Queen's deer. So it's purely entertainment and competition, obviously.
Very good. You look very happy with yourself there.
I'm so glad I got the target.
OK, you can breathe a sigh of relief now. Oh, very good. The competition is well underway. Remember that each family will have 24 arrows to see who can score the most. Oh. They don't know it yet, but thanks to Christian's win with Clumper, the Mills family are already one down in today's competition. Competitive Jemima has everything to play for. Jemima has the final arrow of the challenge. How do you think they've done so far? Are you impressed?
Pretty good, yeah. Excellent.
Are you ready, Jemima?
Yeah.
Yes! She's got the gold. That is about as central as you can get. Look at that.
A very
I don't
good
think you
arrow.
could even get closer to the centre. Round of applause, I think, for Jemima. That is brilliant.
Best shot today.
Well, Jemima got the best shot of the day, but will it be enough to secure them the victory they need?
Very good.
Day 2 on the farm is almost over. Our families still have to find out who made the best damson butter.
Today, I'm not actually going to push my luck and think actually maybe I might be on a winner here. I don't know.
And who won the archery challenge?
Really good, brilliant.
The results will be added to the first result of the day, which was Christian's win with Clumper. This means that the current score is 1-0 to the Deutsch family.
Thanks very much. That's as we do it on our farm anyways.
Hello all, how are you?
Hi.
Have you all had a good day?
Very good.
Any highlights today? Christian, did you enjoy your challenge?
Oh, very much so. It was fantastic.
David, you knocked over a couple of the sticks, didn't you?
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly,
It was
I
a
like to
dodgy
hear that.
call, I think, but yes, apparently.
Which meant that the winner was Christian.
He won.
Yay! Well, well done. I must say, I'd like to have a go at that. I thought it was fantastic. Which leads on to Mum's challenge, dams and butter. No one's seen this yet. Fantastic. Shall I take that from you? So how did they get on?
They got on very well, actually. Very impressed yet again.
Jules will be judging the dams and butter on taste and consistency.
I'm going to try Joe's first.
Jo, were you happy with
Yes,
yours?
I was happy with it.
Lovely flavour.
Very sweet.
Let's try Catherine.
Right, try a little bit of that.
Again, it's lovely.
No, I thought they were both delicious.
They are both delicious. So I think flavour-wise, I actually prefer Joe's. So I think Joe's the winner today.
Joe's the winner. Well done. Each family has won one challenge, which means it's all down to the archery.
Right, it was extremely close. And the results, there was only one arrow in it. So the winners, only by 4 points, are Olivia and Chloe.
Well done.
Congratulations.
The Deutsch girls have snatched victory from the Mills family and won the second day of their week on the farm. I award you some homemade preserves we've got there. I'm going to head off with Inca before she has, thank you, Jules, before she has all the bread. Stay and enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye. Come on, Inc.
We've had some great fun today. My challenge was particularly unique. I've never done anything like it.
I thought the contrast between making the dams and butter to trying to get poo off sheep was amazing.
I have to know if I ever do archery, ever, then I really need to get better.
The thing is that it's a joint effort. That accumulation was enough for us to be the winners.
Well, there was something for everyone today. We had archery, preserve making, we even had a horse obstacle course. That is an eclectic day. And with 3 more days left ahead of us, who knows what's in store for our families. We'll be back tomorrow when the dads will get a scything lesson from Mr. Acton himself.
We're your labourers for the day.
Yes, good. Well, I should be glad to have some help.
The mums will be allowed out of the kitchen for once.
When we were told we were making brooms, I thought it was actually going to be a real kind of girly task.
Yeah.
And the girls will be learning about growing their own vegetables.
There's not a carrot on the end of this one. I don't know, it has roots, but it doesn't have carrot.
Ah, that's because that's a bit of grass.
Is it?
Is the state of the economy affecting you in your pay packet, investments or pension scheme maybe? There's a new series starting tonight on BBC Two, which should be of interest. More in a moment. And then it'll be Escape to the Country.
The economy is in a mess and it's hard to know which way to turn. Job cuts, pay cuts and tax rises could make the road ahead even more confusing. If you're trying to steer your family finances through, we can point you in the right direction. How to Beat Tough Times from Money Watch starts tonight at 8 on BBC Two.
Give us a thrill.
It's childish, I know, but that's the point.
Love it.
Top Gear, Sunday at 8 on BBC Two.
We'll be in Scotland hunting for collectibles in Fife on the Antiques Road Trip at 6:30. Alistair's with us now on BBC Two, enjoying the sunshine.